If you're a Wattpad user, you may have noticed that some profiles have a little orange star next to their name, and that when you hover over it, it says Wattpad Star. But what exactly does it mean to be a Wattpad Star? Hey fresties, welcome back to Wattpad Wednesdays. Today we are talking all things Wattpad Star related. Now, just like my last video where I talked all about how to make money with Wattpad, everything that I'm saying in this video is information that can be found through the Wattpad website. As a Wattpad star myself, I'll also be giving some of my own personal testimony, how being a star has helped me in my Wattpad journey. So let's just jump right into it, get started, and define what it actually means to be a Wattpad star. Wattpad defines Wattpad stars as a community of Wattpadders who represent the most influential and aspirational writers on the platform. Being a Wattpad star means you are one of Wattpad's best and brightest. Your promising talent and exemplary community engagement have shown us that you're someone who takes their time on Wattpad seriously. So in other words, being a Wattpad star is a way for Wattpad to show the rest of the community that you are an outstanding member, you're a writer who takes their craft very seriously, and who engages with their community. When people see the little orange star next to your name, they know that they can expect quality work and someone who is very active on the platform. So now that we know what a Wattpad star actually is, let's talk about the requirements for being one. Wattpad says that stars are selected by several factors. This includes activity, how often you publish your content, engagement, how often and in which ways you interact with the community, your talent, which is the quality of your writing, as well as originality, and finally, your uniqueness, which is like your own personal brand. They say if you've been selected to become a star, it's because you are someone who we believe shows talent with their writing contributions and is a stellar community member. So again, it's not just about your writing, it's also about how active you are, how much you engage with the community, and in what ways. You know, obviously if you're out there being a bully, then you're probably not going to be considered for the STARS program. More specifically, they say this: in order to be considered for the Wattpad Stars program, you must be thoughtfully engaged with the Wattpad community and show promising talent in your regularly updated work. They also list specific criteria that you must abide by in order to actually be considered an active and engaged Wattpad writer. You must have at least one narrative story with at least 50,000 words that is marked as complete. You also must have started one story in the last 365 days. Within the last 3 months, you must have revised, modified, or added a new part to an existing story. You must have logged onto Wattpad in the past 60 days. And finally, you must fill out the STARS Writer Program interest form. I'll insert a clip of what this form actually looks like, and of course I will link it down in the description, as well as all the places where I've gotten my information from. And here's a note about this interest form. This is limited to one story/application per writer. Please note that this is not a formal application process, and by filling out this form, you are solely expressing interest in the program and helping us build a database of writers who might be a good fit for Wattpad Stars. While we appreciate your interest in the program, only writers who are selected will be contacted. So just because you fill out this form, it does not mean that you're automatically going to be part of the Wattpad Stars program. They say if we feel that you're meant for the stars, you'll receive an invite from HQ. So now we know what it means to be a Wattpad star, we know how to become one, but why would you actually want to be a Wattpad star? You know, what does the program offer? In a description from Wattpad, they say, when you become a Wattpad star, you'll discover unique opportunities to harness your own potential as a writer with tips and resources designed to help you maximize and amplify your successes. You'll also join a community of fellow stars, a place to collaborate and commiserate with writers who are on their own journey. They also say, we'd like to view being a star as a very exciting milestone in your Wattpad journey. Our goal is to make becoming a star a beneficial and rewarding experience. We believe this will be the first of many steps towards realizing your creative dreams. And from my own experience, I will say that the little stars badge, it shows readers that they can trust your work and that your work is actually going to be quality and they're not, going to run into a whole bunch of mistakes or maybe something that doesn't update a whole lot. It just provides readers with a certain amount of assurance. And if they have that assurance, they are probably more likely to check out your stories. Now, let's get into specifics of what the program actually really offers. By becoming a star, you'll have access to a variety of exciting perks, including a community of fellow stars where you can bond over the writer experience and participate in online hangouts, recognition for all your hard work both on and off the Wattpad platform, the chance to develop your writing skills by gaining access to resources and other tools, and finally, exclusive consideration for opportunities including our paid stories program, Wattpad books, Wattpad studios, and brand partnerships, as well as opportunities to pitch to our partners. In regards to being a Wattpad star, let's talk about what you have to do in order to stay a Wattpad star. Because it's not just you're in the program and then you're in the program for life. There are certain things that you have to upkeep in order to remain a Wattpad star. The first of which is activity. Wattpad expects you to continue uploading quality content to their platform with a new update or story at least every 6 months. So that can be a new story altogether or a part to an already existing story. You also need to continue to interact with your readers, followers, and other Wattpad community members with public activity present at least every 3 weeks. So this can be things like posting on your activity board and replying to people on there, commenting on somebody else's story, replying to comments on your own story, that sort of thing. Messages would not count because those are not public activity, but most of everything else on Wattpad, I think, does count as public activity. The third thing that they are looking for is continued respect. You need to display kindness and considerate actions towards your fellow Wattpadders and others both on and off the platform. So this goes back to what I was saying before. If you're acting like a bully, I don't think that you're very suited for the Wattpad Stars program. Obviously, you are allowed to express your opinion, and if somebody is confronting you and being rude to you, you are allowed to defend yourself and things like that, but you have to uphold yourself with a certain level of professionalism because at the end of the day, Wattpad Stars do represent the Wattpad community, and there is a responsibility that comes with that title. This sort of goes into the next point, which is professionalism. Be kind and respectful. Both our team and our partners expect our writers to treat them in the same manner we will be treating you. Interactions that are deemed offensive or demoralizing will be dealt with at the discretion of the Wattpad Stars team. Respect boundaries. Our team is structured in a way to help ensure the most streamlined communication between each area of our business. We ask that you please not reach out directly to any team members or partners without the explicit go-ahead from someone on the Wattpad Stars team. And lastly, be a good representative. You will continue to value your contributions to the Wattpad platform and act according to Wattpad's values and aspirations. That's not to say that you can't share your feedback and constructive criticism with us. We welcome suggestions on how we can improve. Please share this directly with the Stars HQ team so that we can prioritize and action your feedback accordingly. It's hard to make effective and meaningful changes if we are not made aware of the issues directly. So as you can see, Wattpad definitely expects a level of professionalism from the Wattpad Stars, but they also really value the Wattpad Stars and want their opinions to be heard. Finally, let's answer some frequently asked questions about being a Wattpad Star. The first of which is, do you have to pay to be a Wattpad Star? And the answer is no, there is no cost associated with being a Wattpad Star. Do you have to sign anything to be a part of the Wattpad Stars program? Yes. Upon accepting invitation to the program, Wattpad will ask that you sign a values agreement which outlines their offerings, expectations, and termination terms. So it's just a simple contract that outlines the different parts of the programs and the expectations that go along with being a Wattpad Star. Do you retain the rights to your story when you become a Wattpad Star? Yes. Unless you accept an opportunity where the rights to your story are negotiated, you will continue to retain the rights to your stories. But if you do want to remove your stories from your profile, you do need to give the Stars team a heads up and contact them with a 30 days written notice. And lastly, who looks after the Wattpad Stars? Where is the guidance coming from? And the answer is that since 2019, the Wattpad Stars have been managed by Wattpad's Content and Creator Development Department. If you have any more questions, I might be able to answer them. Feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Again, with my own personal testimony, I can say that being a star has really made me feel more validated as a Wattpad writer, and the program has been super helpful to me in just discovering different ways to, advertise my stuff on social media, and as a place for opportunity and writing advice, and just a nice community of other writers who aren't just writers, but who share that specific Wattpad experience. I really did notice a boost in my numbers when I became a Wattpad Star. I think that there's a lot of respect that comes along with the title, and readers notice it, and they think this is a person I can trust for, even if the story isn't necessarily their vibe, they know that it's going to be quality in terms of the writing, the grammar, there's not going to be glaring errors and stuff like that, and most likely it's also going to have consistent updates. Also, I will say that the Stars team is very understanding. If you're having like trouble in your life and you're just at a point where you can't necessarily meet the update or the interaction requirements, if you contact them and let them know, you know, they will work with you. It's not an overbearing experience. The requirements are very understandable in the first place, and with that added layer of, you know, understanding from the team, it's just a very nice place to be. And also the form is very simple, so if you're even thinking about filling it out, I would say just go for it. It's not going to take too much time. Funny story about when I did it, I was using my old laptop at the time, and this laptop was like really close to just like spontaneously combusting basically, and I finished the form. I would say like 4 or 5 minutes later, my laptop just died. And I don't mean like it ran out of battery died, I mean the laptop was gone. If I had been just a little bit slower at filling out that application, or my laptop had just passed away a little sooner, who knows if I would even be a Wattpad Star today, because I would not have probably gotten the motivation to go through that process again after, you know, losing all of my work. Thankfully, that didn't happen. I actually spent the first few months as a Wattpad Star writing my books and replying to people on a computer that is from like 2004, I think. So, a computer that's almost as old as I am, sorta. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful. I hope that it gave you concise answers to what the Wattpad Stars program is, what it entails, how you can join. Again, if you have any questions, leave them down below. I can't promise that I'll have an answer, but as someone in the program, I'll help out as best as I can. If you have any requests for another Wattpad Wednesday, feel free to also leave that down below. And thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more Wattpad content, more writing content if you're interested in that. I've been vlogging lately. Thank you for watching. I hope I'll see you in the next one, and I don't know why I said and. There's nothing else to say. Bye! If you're a Wattpad user,